Ah, shit, man.
It's a picturesque afternoon for football in the Northeast, and EA Sports comes to you from MetLife Stadium just across the Hudson River from New York City. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Jets. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
I got you, you good.
Will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
Oh,
running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. That good for 19 and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Oh, what if?
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
The throw was fake.
But it'll be second down. But you talk about this Jets defense, and they've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue.
Yo, it was wide open. Yo, threw that bitch directly to you.
They can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Throwing is Hurts. Escaping the pressure right.
Come on, Jalen. What's really doing?
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and his early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
They got fixed that, bro. Threw that.
The all-pro in on the tackle.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Go to ball.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it. But don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
2nd and 6. Play action. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop it.
You don't confuse Franklin Myers with the All-Pros of the Jets defense, but don't underestimate his role on the team. Dependable, big body, and a little pass rush chops too. 11 sacks over the last 2 seasons.
Quick slant to Brown. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
On first and goal, they'll try the action.
Oh, how I walk.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts. A 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored.
To the jungle.
Gonna fake it. And this is caught.
Come on with that shit.
And he is not going to make it. They stopped him up short.
Gotta make sure you was awake.
Remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Oh boy.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come in.
Oh, did the Jets miss this guy? Here's Breece Hall. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
The Enders is OD on this shit.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. On play action. Now Rodgers. Taking
Oh,
a
that's
deep
me.
shot
He
here
is
for
wild.
Hardman. That is incomplete. The Jets at 2 and 3 here to begin the new season. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He's going to get this.
Oh, they made me switch on the wrong person.
Room here to run. And they've got it well.
Made me switch on Darius Slade. That shit is so stupid.
Before it's all said and done.
All right, come on, let's get a stop.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. They work now on 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball again on
Yeah,
second
short.
down. And forget about
I mean,
finding
it's
a lane.
short.
He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down.
Give me that.
They're going for Lazard, but this is
Go, shorty.
intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll take this across.
About to get ugly.
And inside the 45. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff.
Jackson.
We've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
On first down, Hurts. He'll buy some time right. That's caught by the big tight end.
Oh, they gotta fix that.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Yo, beat the shit out of Goop.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Are you following them blocks,
DeAndre
man?
Swift, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to add on to that lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field and score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
No. Man.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all.
Give him a little bit of tap before he went to the ground.
So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now.
Damn, what the fuck is that? Akabina?
They need for it to happen now.
It's a no-fly zone. You gotta throw that rock now.
On second down, here's Rodgers.
Come here. Come here.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him
Ooh,
over
Bruce
the
Rich.
final play of this first quarter. Multiple players combined for their
Bring
team's
him back and
first
we
sack
about
of
to
the
smack
game.
his ass.
13-0 is the score after one.
Yeah, we gotta put on that
on
aggressive
EA
tackle.
Sports. Third and 19. On play action.
Hello.
Rodgers. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
That's so
It'll be a
funny.
net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
All right, I gotta get them on, take some touches.
The Eagles
Yeah,
offense
all
set
right,
to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown.
This game
Last
phony
time
as
out,
shit.
we can repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Swift going to try up the middle. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offense.
You need to pause the game, yeah?
Credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 82 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. This is Smith with the ground. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive.
Oh, why are you supposed to throw it?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2nd down, here's Hurts. Flush to his right. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
Y'all fucking blending in. I almost threw it to my tight end.
Extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
I said, oh, he open.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. It'll be Hurts on the option. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is caught at the 5. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers.
Ooh,
He's got a man. It's his fullback. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Here is 3rd and 5. Here's Rodgers. Short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Here's Allen.
Ah, he fast ass
It'll be a
nigga.
44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
All right.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
On 2nd down, Swift. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in the 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
And the Jets are going to have what looks to be a 1st and goal as he'll take this down to the 10-yard line. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. They'll go again with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Now a give right side Swift. There he goes up the right sideline. And how about that for just running out the clock? The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Hardman on the return. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. Down the sideline he goes. And down to the 7-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jets nothing.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He finds Corey Davis. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Now Rodgers. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 18-yard line.
They'll look to throw here.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis.
And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Intercepted.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Touchdown! Allen Lazard, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Jets take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball-controlled football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's got Smith here. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Throwing is Hurts. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force them to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense, but still, they pick up the 1st down and get a fresh set.
Huge 4th down conversion. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Eagles!
Devontae Smith.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11th.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On play action, now Rodgers. This one finds Wilson downfield. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jordan Davis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing is Rodgers. He finds Wilson. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
It's 4th down.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Jordan Davis
able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Rodgers now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on 3rd down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
He'll let this go deep for Lazard.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Reed Blankenship.
And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff to Swift. 132 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Give him 30 yards there.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Swift is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown.
And as a defensive coordinator, you're almost in a no-win situation down here near the goal line. You know how dangerous Jalen Hurts is when he holds on to it. You've got to be prepared to stay with him. So when he hands it off, if you're slow in reacting, this is going to be the result.
Elliott on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Eagles 35, Jets 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Pass caught. It's Davis on the crossing route.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Nolan Smith
in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Alan Lazard. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game, for here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Forced out to his left. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset.
And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Swift. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Keely Ringo picks it off. Down the right sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. I suppose it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that we could have seen a comeback, but that touchdown should put any hopes of a comeback out of reach. It's been a really quality effort for him here in this one.
And no matter what else you think, you have to admire the initiative to finish things off their way. Don't leave anything to chance, no matter how small the odds of a comeback were. Send it home with a touchdown and get to celebrating.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Ball again on 2nd down. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They